one of the reasons I didn't worry about the location of this control valve when I inserted in the line. Just gave myself plenty of room. I really would like it as close to this standpipe as possible without interfering with the saddle or the standpipe. So I'm going to select this flange and I'm going to hit the grip on the butt wheel connection of it, and the system actually reads that these components are all connected, so it asks if I just want to move the flange or would I like to move everything. Yes, I want to move everything, and now you can see I have a dimension line going from the end of the pipe to the butt wheel connection of that flange. So if I want, I can actually key in a precise length of pipe. I notice that around 2 feet is going to be perfect for me here to clear that saddle. So I'm just going to use a 2-foot piece of pipe there and type in 2-foot dimension, and that gives me my 2-foot piece of pipe at that location. Alright, let's go ahead and put our bypass in here. To do that, I'm just going to select this vertical run of pipe and hit the plus grip. That will give me a T, which is not actually what I want. I want an OLED here, so I'm going to right click and go to the component list again, and then I'm going to select my OLEDs and use a weld-a-let, and I want an 8x6 OLED here. Now it's dimensioning from the top end of the pipe. That's not really where I want to dimension this from. I want to go a component distance from this elbow, and it's going to the corner, and that's what I want, so I'm going to accept that and then tell it I want it to be 5 foot from the corner of the elbow by typing in 5 feet. Now I can turn the OLED the direction I want it to go, and I'm running pipe automatically. And here I can see that somewhere around between 11 and 12 feet gets me out past that hand wheel, so I'm going to go an even 12 feet this direction and use just a standard AutoCAD perpendicular O-snap to go perpendicular to this piece of pipe. Now that I'm connecting the system, since these are self-aware components, it reads that I'm connecting 2 pieces of pipe, and it says, okay, what kind of branch connection you want to use here. And if I select an OLED, it filters it down to the size, the 2 sizes that I've got selected. So select my 8x6, and I've got my OLED in there. No taps or anything are required when you're placing OLEDs, etc. in a CADWorx plant piping model. There are OLEDs and taps and offset taps for use when you want to put special components and make sure that they're connected to a line for isogen purposes. But your standard components like OLEDs, etc., don't require those. Now we'll come in and select a globe valve for our bypass valve. Just hit a near O-snap again and slide this down, fitting makeup against my OLED here, and then select my operator for that bypass valve. I'll use a wheel operator and just have it come directly out towards me here. Rotate around a little bit so I can hit the O-snap direction I want. Oops, picked the wrong direction. That will show you how easy it is to change the orientation. I can do a CADWorx change here and then just change the orientation and pull it over the direction I want it to go. So it's quick and easy to make those kind of changes as well, which of course is going to happen throughout the course of the design process. You can rotate these. You notice when I did select this orientation, I have the AutoCAD compass turned on, so I could go to polar settings and snap this around a polar direction based on my polar snap settings, or specify an actual input angle if I wanted to here as well, and that will also show up on the isometric automatically. Okay. Alright, finally let's go ahead and put a support on this line. We'll just maybe pop a couple of supports in here real quick. I'm going to put an elbow support on this end of this pipe. Pipe supports are built into the specification in CADWorx Plant Professional. They're built into the catalog, just like any other piping components. And in the 2014 and above versions, they are self-aware components as well. So if I come in here and select the type pipe support I want, maybe you see here we've got the ECE pipe supports. These come in the ECE supplied catalog for CADWorx, which is a significantly larger catalog than what comes out of the box with CADWorx, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment as well. I'm going to use a type 37 pipe stanchion saddle. I want the elbow floor stanchion, and you'll note here that I have the detect steel checkbox checked. That means the system will go look for steel above or below the pipe, and when you insert the support, if it finds steel in either direction, it will automatically snap that support to that steel. So I want to select the elbow floor stanchion. I'm going to go ahead and pick this elbow here, and the system just automatically snaps that floor stanchion to the top of steel there. If I pick another support, maybe a pipe stanchion with U-bolts, and let's just put it out here on this end of the pipe, and I pick my connection point, then it snaps all the way down to the top of steel there as well. Okay. Now if I move this pipe, let's say we want to slide it up just a little bit here. Oops, picked the wrong point there. You'll note that the support's automatically updated based on the changes I made to the pipe they're connected to. So they are self-aware as well. I'm going to undo that back to the location I wanted it. Now obviously the fruits of all our modeling effort here, the benefits of that modeling effort is a great deal of automation. Automatic bill of materials, automatic isometrics, and now with Orthogen, automatic orthographics. So very quickly I'm going to use the isogen batch function. CADWorx allows you to output ISOs in batch or individual mode, isogen out or isogen batch. Isogen batch allows you to select one or more process lines, and the system will go out and batch out and generate all the ISOs for those lines, breaking them when necessary based on your isometric style. Look at text window. In this case, all 3 lines completed successfully, no errors, and it created 3 isometric drawing files. You want to open those? Yes, let's go ahead and open those to take a look at the results of our modeling effort, and we get 3 very clean isometrics with connection information to the equipment automatically. Our TopWorks orientations are automatically annotated on the lines, of course fully dimensioned based on our isometric style settings, complete bill of material, and a cutting list in this particular style. And of course there's any number of options that you can select with isogen. CADWorx has got a very robust implementation of isogen, so there's a great deal of automation that we can get from the system without having to do any cleanup on the ISOs at all. So very clean set of isometrics automatically generated. We can also produce orthographic drawings from this model. There is a new add-on to CADWorx called Orthogen for CADWorx. Got some videos on that out on our website as well, just to show you very quickly how fast this system can annotate orthographic drawings. I'm going to go ahead and open a few sheets here that have been set up with M-views showing what I want to annotate on these particular sheets. And let's start with the piping plan drawing here. I'm going to run Orthogen against this. Again, this is an add-on from a company called 3DS based in Houston. First time I run Orthogen, it's got to install the application, then it's going to ask me to select the style, very much like Isogen. This is a piping plan drawing, so I'll use this style. And after the system is loaded the first time, then it very quickly will dimension and annotate these orthographic drawings for us. So there's my fully dimensioned and annotated plan drawing. Go to a piping elevation, run Orthogen again on it, and we'll select an elevation style. This will give us our piping elevations on it. Move to another equipment plan and select yet another style. I've got one set up for equipment details. Another equipment elevation drawing here, and we'll use that same equipment detail style for it. And then finally a steel plan, and we have a style set up for structural that will dimension and annotate the structural the way I want it. Okay, so very quickly we can get our dimensions and annotations. This is style driven, so there's a ton of switches that you can turn on and off and manipulate to define how it's dimensioned and what textiles and colors, etc. are used. So Orthogen for CADWorx, the first AutoCAD based plant design system with Orthogen implemented. Very quickly I want to show you how easy it is to set up these sheets using Sheet Set Manager and view boxes within CADWorx. I'm going to select let me go ahead and open the model I'm using for the orthographic drawing production here, so you can see how we utilize the view box command in CADWorx. This lets me define 3D cubes around the items that I want to set up drawings for. So if I double click, you can see I've got a view set with a specific name. This is for the P101 AB pumps and the connected piping. I specify the corners of this and the lowest and highest elevation, select which sides of the box I want to create named views of, and say OK. Then these show up as named views in that orthographic drawing. So then I can come over to my sheet for this elevation set of drawings, P101AB, and I can just drag and drop my, let's see, grab the right one here, drag and drop that front elevation. The sheet set automatically takes care of the X reference file, so I don't have to worry about that. Right click to select the scale I want it on the sheet, place it where I want it on the drawing. I have a label defined to automatically go in there as well. And then I can grab another view, maybe the right side view, and right click to set the scale. I'm going to insert it here and then just align it with that bottom of the other view so they're aligned properly, and then quite simply run the script file for those views, in this case an elevation style, and it will dimension and annotate both views very quickly. So that's Orthogen for CADWorx, which again is an add-on to CADWorx Plant Professional. This is not included with the shipping product. It is an optional item. All right. That's it for today's session for CADWorx Plant Professional pipe modeling. If you get a chance, go visit our website at ecedesign.com and take a look at the CADWorx blog location as well. And if if you have the need for any technical services, ECE provides a host of technical services, including the ones listed on this slide and much more. We'll build specs or help you build specs, build custom catalogs, pipe supports, isogen styles, a custom symbol, and we have a new CAD administration service called CAD Admin Online. Would love for you to take a look at that. So let ECE help you with your CADWorx implementation. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to the next session.